Everybody on? Good.
Great, grand, wonderful. No yelling on the bus.
Headbands flashing on the beat. The 80s and 90s can't be beat. So rhymes and question shots. Let's blast and take decks in our cards. 80s dreams and 90s haze. Let's recall back to our favorite days. Welcome days.
Hello and welcome. You're listening to Totally 80s and 90s Recall. If you're new to the show, we've got your backstage pass for the ultimate nostalgic experience, diving into the iconic music, blockbuster movies, and pop culture moments from the greatest decades ever, the 80s and 90s. I am one of your hosts, David, and joining me in the studio, as always, he's battled Y2K, survived dial-up internet, and still says hella. It's my good friend, Rob.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby,
I might
like
say
it
hella.
raw.
That's actually true. I'm going to use this opportunity to raise a fuss, and I'm going to use this opportunity to raise a holler about working all summer just to trying to earn $1. Every time I call my baby and I try to get a date, my boss says, "No dice, son. You've got to work late." Now, when we were younger, our moms and dad would tell us, "Son, you've got to make money if you want to use the car to go riding next Sunday." Well, I didn't go to work. I told the boss I was sick, and my parents told me, "Now you can't use the car because you didn't work a lick." Despite these setbacks, I'm going to take 2 weeks. I'm going to have a fine vacation. I might even take my problem to the United Nations. In fact, I called my congressperson, and you know what they said? They said, "I'd like to help you, son, but you're too young to vote." They obviously didn't know how old I was. If you walk away from today's episode hearing nothing, at least hear this. You can sit around and wonder what you're going to do, but the Totally 80s and 90s Recall team is here to tell you that there ain't no cure for the summertime blues, except for one of the many episodes of this very podcast that you're listening to.
Yeah, we'll help you
There
over
you
the
go.
summer.
There you
We
go.
can cure all kinds of blues.
That's right. Yeah.
So, you know what's funny about that song?
Yeah.
Is when I was in fourth grade, they made us sing that in our music class. We had 2 songs we sung, and we practiced, and we never did them in front of anybody. We just did them in music. It was that in the recorder, but on singing days, we sang Summertime Blues,
Uh-huh.
and we sang Whitney Houston's The Greatest Love of All. Why would you pick a Whitney Houston
don't
song for a bunch
know.
of fourth graders?
Yeah, we had to do.
We're not gonna hit those
we did a
notes.
Whitney Houston song. What's the one with the all the
Greatest Love of All.
Is that
I
the-
believe the
that is
children
okay.
are-
Yeah, we did. We
that
had
must
to
have
do
got sold to every elementary school
that.
then.
We had to do.
Here, everybody sang
Yeah,
that song.
yeah.
Why would you pick that
I
song?
don't
No
know.
one can hit those notes. You just feel like a
On your
moron.
recorder, you had to sing it.
Well, we sang it.
What'd you do on the recorder?
I
You
don't
did summertime.
remember. We sang
I
some- no,
had
we
a hot cross
sang
buns.
Summertime Blues.
Oh,
We sang Greatest Love of
oh
All.
wow,
We played other things on the recorder.
wow.
I think maybe
You're a musical virtuoso.
no, they made me do it. I didn't. So, before we get into our show today, I have a fix and error from last week's
Oh
episode.
boy, what do we do?
We did our episode on Heat, and I kind of made an argument that Apollo 13 also had an all-star cast like Heat did. Well, I mentioned multiple occasions during our interaction
Yeah.
that Bill Pullman was one of the actors. And no, it was Bill Paxton.
Oh.
I got my Bill P's messed up, and I want to come forward and admit I was thinking Bill Paxton the whole way, but I was saying Bill Pullman. There were times in the 90s I got my Bill P's.
Who was it? It was
Bill
Paxton.
Yeah, Paxton. He
Oh.
gets sick. It's a whole thing.
Oh.
And I was grabbing Pullman. So
Bill
Paxton of Weird
Oh,
Science,
yes.
Twister fame.
Yeah.
Pullman of Independence
Yes.
Day when Harry met Sally
Got
fame.
it.
So I got
Okay.
my Bill P's crossed.
All right.
That's my fault.
That's
So
all
to
right.
all our, but to be fair, the movie Hound and you, no correction,
We
didn't
did
help
it.
at all.
We did.
So obviously you were not
That's all right.
concerned
We weren't.
about the wrong Bill P
No, we weren't.
at all. So
We just figured people catch us.
yeah,
Yeah,
they'll let
so-
us know.
A couple of episodes ago, you shared you didn't call it an old person moment, but you just said you were at a restaurant or
Oh, yeah.
something, and I can't remember what it was. Something
went out-
bothered you. Oh,
We went to eat, and I said, "Let's get ahead of the crowd." And as soon as I said it, I was like, "Oh, that's
what
like
it
an
was.
old person thing to say."
Okay, so I've got mine.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was in the morning. I can't even remember. I was hopping into the shower. Shower was going. My wife was trying to talk to me. But the shower was going in the background. I couldn't hear anything. So I leaned in and I cupped my hand around my ear.
Oh,
The universal signal for
I can't hear you.
eh?
Yeah.
And my wife even said that is the most old person thing I've ever seen you do.
Next thing you're gonna have one of those horn things for your ear. Meh.
No. I know.
But I can give you a pass on that. Maybe the water was running. Something.
I don't know.
There are noises.
Background noises
when you're showering.
They're getting worse. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, by the way, just for a peripheral of what's going on in your bathroom.
Yeah.
Is she in there while you're showering?
Sometimes.
We don't. Like, separate bathroom times.
Really? You
No.
coordinate? Like,
Well, I get ready way before her in the morning. But even on the weekends, tell me when you're done. When she's done, then I go in.
no. It's a free.
No, there's no
it's
simultaneous
open traffic.
Yeah, no open traffic.
Yeah. She's putting her makeup while I'm in the shower.
No, we don't do that.
No, don't do that.
No, because if I get out and she's still using the mirror in there, it's just going to be a big problem.
Why?
I just need my own space. So no, we don't. There's no simultaneous bathroom
Well, that's all right.
sharing. We're very separate bathroom people.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's worked. Going on
that's right.
25 years.
That's right. It works for you.
So, all right. Well, now that we've shared all our bathroom
There you go.
old people moments,
That's all right.
why don't we tell them what we're actually going to cover this week? Because that's not the topic.
Oh, it's a Burn CD episode.
It is.
It's called Summer Groove.
Oh my gosh. How are you feeling about that name?
It's really dumb. Well, I mean, it's dumb.
I don't understand.
You were this is very creative back in the day.
So I made this CD.
Summer Groove.
I used Napster to burn it.
Yeah.
This
You're
is back
so-
in '99.
You were kicking these.
Napster.
You were
Pumping
producing
them
these
out.
like
I
crazy.
was. I thought I was like Jermaine Dupri or something. I'm just pumping these things out. But I got that software that you could make stickers for your CDs.
Yeah.
And so I was doing that too.
Yeah.
And these cheesy pictures I kicked out of the printer. And then these names. Like, I don't know where I came up with these names. First one we did was our first season, Urban Contemporary.
Yeah.
But I did base that off of the Urban Contemporary charts for the Billboard.
Yes.
Are we hearing our air conditioner?
Oh no, I was looking for because I have another one.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking in the studio.
Some alternative one.
Yeah. But I was trying to think it did have a clever name. I think it's just alt.
No, it just says alt 90s or something.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So, no, but this one I made it.
But the sticker was very clever. I think it was like looks like metal.
Yeah,
like,
it is
very clever.
It was clever. So on this one, it's not so clever. It's pretty cheesy. I don't know why I named it Summer Grooves. Why Grooves? You could just put Summer CD. Like, I don't know why I was being clever.
What's on the cover of this one?
So it's a palm tree.
Yeah, of course.
With like, I don't know, the blue sea behind it. It's something. But I don't know why I called it Summer
When do you
Grooves,
think you
but
made this? About what time?
99.
It was 99.
Yeah, because it's a Napster thing.
Oh,
so I made it. Yeah, it had to be around then because Napster was only up for about 6 months, and
That's
then
true.
the record companies caved it in. So you had to get it in. You had to get in while the getting was good. I would stay up all night sometimes just putting music together.
I know. I'd come over to your place.
Yeah,
I'd steal your Napster.
Steal
you got
my
lots
Napster.
of Pearl Jam mixes.
It would take me like 3 hours to burn that CD on my gateway computer. Once you hit burn, it would just.
And we thought that was fast.
I could just take off, go get something to eat, come back. Hey, it's 40% done. So no one else could use the internet whilst I was doing that.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm going to tell you, I went through this whole CD, and I'm not sure why I picked all these songs, or why I put them in the order that I did. This one, the last one seemed to have like I put them in an order that would be progressive. This one feels like I just threw the names of the songs against a wall.
Well,
So
I'm reading the notes here.
listen to those.
What was the inspiration for the CD? No idea.
No idea. I don't. I think the intent was I wanted a CD that if you were going for a drive in the summer.
Did somebody ask you to make this?
No, I just made it on my own. But I do know that Aubrey heard it because she was living with us, and she asked for a copy.
Yeah.
So I burned her a copy. The reason we have this is she still has the copy.
Yeah.
Mine's gone, long destroyed.
Wow.
But she's still got the secondary copy. So, but Summer Grooves did belong to me.
Do you think
at
that
the beginning?
Your CDs ever got found somewhere, like at a thrift store or something? Somebody
was
man,
like,
this is a mix.
Yeah. I mean, they could have. They come across Summer Grooves. Well, we'll see by the end of this if that would have been worth their time. So, but yeah, I think it was just something I was like, what felt good in the summer? What are good songs that if you were, sitting out in the yard or if you're driving?
Yeah.
So this was my interpretation of what those might be. I don't know if they're going to be everybody else's interpretation.
That's all right.
So,
That's all right.
yeah. So I don't know. When I was making these, it was like a new shiny toy. I'm sure like everyone who's listening that used Napster, like before that, you have to buy 1,000 CDs. And now I can put together what I want. I can take the songs that I want and I can make these whole things. Yeah. It was a mixtape, but with CDs.
So they're free?
Yeah.
Like you can just...
and you had to listen to them.
Download them?
Because sometimes you'd be listening to a song.
Oh, yeah.
Like people would blindly download a song. And then they'd put it on a CD.
Yeah.
And then you'd listen, and then halfway through that song, it would change into something else.
Yeah.
Or you get a Spanish version. Or, something like that.
I know. I had I made a Pearl Jam mix, and it was like U2.
Oh, yeah.
They said it was a Pearl Jam
It would
song,
say Pearl Jam. And that was the other thing. It wouldn't be.
It wasn't even them.
Yeah.
So.
And it, like people are just trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Ooh, MC Hammer. And then it's,
Oh.
Bachman Turner Overdrive. Who knows, right? Why did I think of that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who listens to Bachman Turner Overdrive? But yeah, I spent too much time with that Napster. Like I made a lot of CDs. Now they're all gone. A couple years ago, before I moved home to Washington, we got rid of all our CDs. Wish I'd kept them. Now, in hindsight, I didn't know that this program was in my future, but I wish I had kept them.
That's all right.
There was some gold there. I had 90s Country Volume 1, Country Volume 2. Those would have been fun to go through. I had more R&B ones.
Yeah.
I put an early 90s dance mix together, a late I don't know why I was making those. Who was using those? Me. So when people came over to my house, I threw those on as part of the party background.
You were the party guy. You were the DJ.
I was. So I wasn't the only one. Everyone was using Napster.
Yeah.
I just got on it quick. Like I found it first. And I remember when I downloaded it, my wife was like, because we were, dating at the time. She goes, "Do you think that it's a good idea for the computer?" I'm like, "Well, everybody's doing it. It's fine."
It's fine.
So I'm sure it's not eating anything up on my computer.
That's fine.
So it didn't hurt it.
No.
I had one of those big gateway computers.
No, you did.
It came in the cow box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had not dial-up. What was the other one? What was the one after dial-up?
DSL?
Yeah, you had DSL.
I think
You were
so.
one of the first people I knew that had it.
Yeah.
And it went so much faster.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, whoa.
Still took an hour.
Yeah, it was only an hour now. Yeah.
If it was dial up. I remember when I was in Japan, Chris and I, my friend, we were roommates. He came home one day with the box and the computer.
Mhm.
And he's like, "I bought a computer." I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "And I'm going to hook the internet to it." And I'm like, "This is like late 95. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It took us like 6 hours.
Yeah.
We had to call back to the place on base like 4 times. We pushed that button. We did this.
Yeah.
And then we got on it finally. And you did the whole dial up. Took forever. Finally connected with the little dot to dots. And then there were like 6 websites to look at. There was nothing to do.
That's true.
He got out there and I'm like, well, this isn't very fun.
But that was a peak of...
So there were like 4 websites and 3 of them were porn. And you're like, okay, thanks. Immediately, that's all we get. So
that's nice to know. That's what we use the internet for.
And then it was a bunch of chat rooms.
Yeah.
"Hi, I'm Bob from Toledo. I'm 6'3", the most handsome person you've ever seen."
You're not a man.
Yeah, you're not that.
No.
Yeah, half the time you're not even probably a girl. Oh, I
know.
I love 6-foot nerds.
Yeah, no,
It's
you're
some
not.
dude in his basement. You're like,
You're
okay.
living in your mom's basement.
Yeah, what are you going to do? So the internet has come a long way. We lived through the grinded out versions in the early years. Our kids would have no idea
That was so weird.
how to function. Like they get mad now. Like my kids get mad now if the Wi-Fi goes
Oh,
like a
yeah.
little slow for 30 seconds.
Yes.
And I just wanted to let them know that, when we first had internet, like it would just take hours to do one little thing.
Well,
So-
we went back to the non-paid version of, I don't know what it was, Hulu or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Now there's commercials.
Oh, yeah.
My kids hate it.
I know. Mine
What
got
are the
mad at me about the
commercials?
commercials.
Ah!
I'm like,
well, we don't
I
pay
think
for
you
it.
can make it through 40 seconds. Like we used to have to watch the commercials. We
I
had no
know.
choice.
I was like, it doesn't
Do
bother me.
what we used to do. Go get a snack. Go to the bathroom. This isn't rocket science.
And now that has
So-
a timer up in this, it tells you how
Yeah,
many.
it tells you how much time. And at
So-
like the 30-second mark, it goes skip anyway.
That's right.
So you can get past
Yeah,
them.
so
It's
like
not that
you know
difficult.
you have a minute and 23 seconds to go.
They don't know what difficult is. So
Back in my
we're
day.
just gonna. And I don't want them back in my day, but it's true. Like
Back in my
you
day.
don't understand. They just don't understand what they don't understand.
That's all
Just
right.
look at it that way.
That's right.
So, all right. Well, summer, no school, windows down, music cranked way up. Whether you were hitting the beach, swimming at the local pool, or just running through a sprinkler, maybe a slip and slide, we'll keep you cool with some summer grooves. All right, because we don't want to not say this enough today and drive it home.
Yes.
Summer Grooves.
Summer Grooves.
This CD has 16 tracks, so I didn't cheapen. I didn't get cheaped on this one. I didn't get shortchanged at all. I got all the minutes you could use. It was probably a 90-minute CD.
Yeah,
because that's what they were.
That's true. I forgot you had to think about
squeeze it all in.
The amount of memory you could get on a CD.
Well, as I told you at the beginning, I'm not sure why I put the particular order, but this is what we're going to listen to. We do have a mix of punk, grunge, ska, hip hop, and pop mixed in, so it's eclectic at least.
All right.
I definitely leaned into a couple of bands, particularly for this CD. There's a couple of repeat offenders for sure.
Okay.
I can think of 3 bands that get repeated for sure.
Okay.
One more than others, probably. So I was in a certain phase apparently when I made this CD. I think you'll start to get the pattern halfway through this thing. So I imagine the best way to listen to this CD would be in like a Jeep Wrangler, doors removed, right? Doors off.
Yeah.
Cargo shorts, no shirt, some sort of shelled necklace.
Puka
Oakleys or Ray-Bans.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe some bleach spiked hair.
I was just going to say bleached hair. Yeah.
But that's male-centric. So if it's a female listener, I'm going to go with any crop top from Abercrombie or Hollister.
Okay.
Sunglasses, a skirt, maybe some sandals, and then some accoutrement with necklaces and things like that. Maybe a choker. Accoutrement? Yeah, I don't know. Accoutrement.
What is these? Where are these words coming from?
Accoutrements like isn't that like extras or like
sure.
It's your flair.
Your flair?
Accoutrement.
Couldn't you just say like accessories or something? Or?
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't sound very worldly. I'm a worldly traveler. I can use bigger words, fancier words.
How would you even spell that?
We're not going to do a spelling contest on here. Accoutrement. See if you can spell it. ACROUTE. Mont.
Oh, I found it. Yeah. Oh, no, it is not spelled at all. Like, wow.
What's the difference? What's that definition?
Well, it's spelled accoutrement.
There you go. But I say accoutrement.
Wow.
There you go. and what's the definition?
It just says, I got synonyms here.
Okay.
I'll find it later.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah. So for our female listeners, that'd be the best way for you to listen to it, right?
Yeah.
So, the cargo shorts, I think for the males
I like a good pair of cargo shorts.
Are crucial to listening to this music. As you hear the tracks, you'll be like, yes, that's a cargo short song.
What's the footwear for the male centric? You said sandals for that.
Well, you could go flip-flops.
Flip-flops.
I had a pair of these leather Doc Marten sandals that seemed to be cool at the time.
Those were cool at the time.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe just a pair of your favorite whatever shoes with no socks, maybe.
Yeah.
Grab a pair of Vans or something.
The no-shows. Okay.
You could do something like that. Kids don't do the no-shows anymore.
They don't do the no-shows?
They clown on the no-shows. In fact, they don't even like the ankle socks.
They just go no shoes.
No socks. They like the high socks.
Oh,
they like
high
the
socks,
quarter sock or whatever it is. God, I can't do it.
I didn't like those.
No, never have been.
Yeah.
An over the calf guy.
Yeah.
Seems like too much.
It's too much.
It's too much sock.
Too much.
But I saw a thing online that they can tell you're an old person if you're wearing like ankle socks.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because I wear ankle socks all the time.
Yeah, that's what I wear.
Yeah. Well, we're old. What are we gonna do? So, all right. Well, now that we've set the vibe, you got your cargo shorts and your Vans with no socks and your puka shell necklace, whatever it is you're listening or wearing. We're going to dive in and see if this is worthy of being a must listen during the summer. Because, by the way, if you contact the show after this, we're going to give you the playlist. I can't burn CDs anymore. Otherwise, I'd send you a real copy. But this might have been worth.
That would be fun.
This might have been worth selling out in the world somewhere. But we're going to see if it's a must listen for the summertime or if I'm just crazy. All right. So we're going to start out.
That's a fine line, man.
it's
a fine line.
There's not much difference between the two things. So ever. It's probably mostly Bart where he's just crazy. So, all right. Well, we got track 1, which was not very clever and very obvious and not inspired in any way, shape, or form. But I would think if I wanted a summertime album, this is a song that would be there, but I let it off with the whole thing.
Oh, this does seem like this is a big old
freebie
softball. Yeah. I'm a little surprised at this.
You're surprised?
Well, that it would come so early.
I let it off.
I know.
Nowhere to go but down.
Because you're like the mixologist. You're usually really. This is a good one. This was everywhere in the summer. Is there a better summer song? I like this.
I don't know. It's really good. Yeah, you said, look, I'm leading it off. I'm punching you in the face right from the start.
That's right.
Like we're taking no prisoners with this album. So, all right, this is track number 1, "Summertime" by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, aka Will Smith. For those if you're younger and didn't remember the Fresh Prince days, it was released May 20th, 1991. Top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Number 1 in the U.S. Hot R&B and U.S. Hot Rap Songs.
Oh, okay.
It won a 92 Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group. So that's pretty good. Entertainment Weekly ranked it number 86 on its list of the 100 greatest summer songs. So it thought there were, a lot more songs
That's right.
better than it for summer.
Okay.
You just said, is there a better summer song?
I don't know.
Entertainment Weekly thinks there is.
Okay.
Rolling Stone, a little nicer, had it number 9 on its
Okay.
2013 list of best summer songs of all
So
time.
that makes better.
So it was a top 10er for them.
Okay. I'd like
So.
to know their top 8 though.
Top 8.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
all right.
So that's so I lead it off with "Summertime." So I kind of get you in the mood from the get-go.
Yeah. That's
Right?
good.
You wanted it later in the mood.
Yeah,
in the
I'm
CD?
shocked. You
What would you lead off with?
I don't know, but you're very
You're trying to
intentional about
you're
these
trying
things.
to get people's attention. What
Okay,
song would be better?
that's good.
Like-
You've hooked them. You've hooked them.
Yeah, you want to start the vibe right
Okay,
off the
all
bat.
right. Because you're
So.
good at this.
Maybe.
Because last time we did one of the mix ones,
We did.
I was like, "What would I do? What would you do next?" And you're like, "I think I would have."
Yeah.
And then you called it every time.
This one, as I said at the beginning, though, seems a little more like, oh, I like that song, throw it in. I like that song, throw it in. I don't know if it has the same progressive feel as the other one did. So, and I made a couple mistakes, I think.
You think so?
Well, there's a couple where the group songs that are similar, like the same group,
Uh-huh.
I put them too close together.
Yeah.
Like,
See, that's not like you.
Should have spaced them out. There's one song on here. I don't know why it's on here. It doesn't. I don't know how summery it felt, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now.
There was a reason.
Yeah, and I like I said, I leaned into a couple bands where I'm like, okay, well, I was just thinking about them at that time. So, but we'll get that later. So
25.
So
years
your
ago.
opinion on the leadoff is okay.
No, it's good.
Obvious.
It's really good.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all right, well that takes us
It's a
to
classic.
track. Yeah, it is.
It is a classic.
Anybody from the 90s.
Yeah.
And I have the whole thing memorized.
I know every word.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
always. Let's see. Track 2
Track 2.
is a great summer song. I think it's a great summer song. This is going to be one of the bands I leaned into quite a bit.
Oh, you go Sublime. A couple times?
We'll see. Too much for Rob.
They did have a good summertime vibe.
That was their whole vibe.
It was on beat. I like That's
that
good.
I like that he was able to rhyme riot. He turned riot into riot to rhyme with what I got.
Hey, he's clever.
Nobody seemed to care.
No.
That's fine. That works.
It worked.
We'll just reorganize that word, riot. Don't start a riot. I've never heard anyone call it a riot except for Sublime. So, this is what I got by Sublime, released July 23rd, 1996, self-titled album. Did you have that one?
I did. I don't have it anymore though.
Yeah.
I got rid of
My
it.
wife claims that to be the most stolen album in the 90s because every time you'd go to a party or if you had it, at the end of the night, you'd go to your CD book and it would be gone.
Really?
So, yeah, I bought it like 3 times myself because it would just disappear. I don't know what it was. Nobody wanted to purchase it, but everybody wanted to have it.
Yeah, I
So,
had
it's
it. I don't know
interesting.
where it went. I think I got rid of it.
So, number 83 on Rolling Stone's 100 Greatest Guitar Songs of
Really?
all time. Yeah.
I don't know. Rolling Stone?
I mean, that's what they say.
Okay.
What are you going to do? Number 1 on the alternative airplay chart.
No.
I know that you look for that chart for
Yeah.
some of your go-to music.
Sure.
So, what do you think of this song, or what's your memories of it?
I just remember it being everywhere. I remember Sublime was, that
They were the hot thing.
they were everywhere. Yeah. Because they were kind of a weird mix. They
kind of popped up.
Yeah, they were alternative, but then they had kind of they really resonated with the pot culture.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so a lot of the pot people I know, that was their
Those are jams.
yeah.
Well, because it's very laid back.
It's laid back. It's
not
stuff,
too
it's
aggressive.
stoner music. Yeah.
Calm yourself down, but you
Yeah.
can sing along to a good song.
Yeah.
So, Well, I like it.
Kind of almost acousticy kind of
Yeah.
feel to it. Yeah.
I don't listen to a lot of Sublime anymore.
Yeah.
But back then I was listening.
Yeah. No,
I was in on it too.
Yeah.
So I can actually tell you when I got it. I came back from Japan. I visited Chris down in California. We were driving and he had this CD in. And I go, what? I hadn't heard it.
Yeah.
I was overseas. What is this? Oh, it's Sublime. They're from California. He goes, it's good California music,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And I was listening to it and I'm like, yeah, when I got moved to
California
Florida,
music, that's good.
I went and picked it up and I was like, I like this.
Yeah.
This is a good vibe.
Yeah.
It's got that beach vibe,
Yes.
right? So you're hanging out at the beach, throwing back a couple Sixers, right? Listening to Sublime.
This is because it's not overly it's not too rocking.
No,
It's not
it's good for
offensive.
laying out in the sun.
It's not aggressive.
I
That's
wouldn't.
good.
I wouldn't say it's not offensive. There are definitely songs
Oh, that's true.
that have some
Yeah.
lyrics that
It's
are
not sonically offensive.
They have one song on the album previous to this that's like about date rape or something.
Oh yeah.
So they definitely
Yeah.
didn't steer out of. They have controversial lyrics.
Yeah. What's
So,
the one where
I forget the name of it.
One
but-
day she'll be a whore or something.
well, that's a different song. That's on this
yeah.
album. It's called Wrong Way.
Wrong way. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. See,
So,
nice. Yeah.
Well, I know you're a big Blues Traveler fan.
Oh, Blues Traveler made the album.
So as of 2011, they covered this song, and then in 2012 or 13, they released a Blues Traveler 25,
Uh-huh.
and they put their version of this on that album.
Oh.
In my reach and Sublime sound will always be from Long Beach. It all come back to you. You're bound to get what you deserve. Try to test that and you're gonna get served. Love's what I got. Don't start a riot. You feel it when the dance gets hot. Loving you, what I got. I said, remember that.
I don't know.
I don't love it.
I
I'm
don't
just gonna
know.
let you.
I know.
I don't mind Blues Traveler.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem in his wheelhouse. Old John
No.
Popper. Now he did it as a tribute to
Yeah. Sure.
the lead singer who died from an overdose.
He did.
So I like the sentiment.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's in Popper's range.
No, I don't.
And it feels like they sped it up too much.
Yeah.
And he's adding some scat lyrics in there.
Yeah.
Love it, who do the what up?
That's what he does.
I don't know. So
I think I read that
Not my favorite.
the guy's son's in the band now.
is it?
He's like the lead singer now.
I didn't even know he had a son.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Sublime, the lead singer.
What did I say his name was? I didn't even write it down.
No.
It's
Is that not Brad?
Brad?
Bradley? No.
feels like a Bradley.
No.
No?
Oh,
Bradley.
no.
We didn't prepare for this.
Bradley Noel.
I told you he felt like
Yeah.
a Bradley.
And I think his son's name is like Jacob or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he's like the lead singer now.
All right. Well,
yeah.
so that's the first two songs.
Currently his son Jacob is the lead singer of Sublime.
Perfect.
There you go.
All right, first two songs, DJ Jazzy Jeff going to Sublime
This is a good list so far.
so far. All right, that takes us
So,
to.
so you've heard this. Do you think it gets better or
There are some really good songs on here. There's
Yeah.
one that kind of sticks out, like in the middle, that I'm like,
why?
I don't know why I put this
Okay,
on
all
here.
right.
Like it doesn't fit the. You'll know it as soon as you hear it. It doesn't fit the vibe of the rest of the album.
Okay.
I just might have liked the song at the time, and I'm like, I need to squeeze this in somewhere. But we'll talk about that. We got a little while till we get to that
Okay.
one. That takes us to track 3. It's another good summer song. It's not overly aggressive, but it gets you in a good mood.
This is really good. This is really good.
Gotta keep them separated. You gotta keep them separated.
I don't know how summery though. Like
No?
I don't know.
Doesn't feel summery to you?
I don't know. It feels a little harsh.
Oh, okay.
You know. I don't know.
You're at the party a little later in the evening. You had a
This
couple,
is a later in the party.
couple, couple Coronas, and
Yeah.
now that comes on. You're like, oh,
Some Zimas.
well, I wouldn't be drinking that in 99 when I made this. I think the Corona works.
You think the Corona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe some Bud Ice.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good one. All right. Come Out and Play by The Offspring.
Yes. Great album.
First single released off their 94 album.
Smash.
Smash.
Yeah.
Hit number 1 on both Billboard's Modern Rock Tracks chart and Alternative Airplay charts. The guitar riff was inspired by Dexter Holland's visit to the Middle East.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so that's where he got the idea for it.
I remember there was like some controversy
Yeah, maybe.
with this song. Like they covered it, or a band said that they copied it.
I didn't see a lot of.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't
see
know.
the
Something
copy
like that.
stuff, but
Yeah.
maybe.
Something.
Songs about gang and gun violence.
Oh yeah.
I like this story. Holland was inspired as a grad student at UCLA. and was commuting to school every day through the East LA gangland, as he called it.
Oh, okay.
He was there the day of the LA riots. There was a lot of freeway violence. So he said all this was around him. And he said, I drove such a crappy car, people would throw things at me on the freeway for not going fast enough.
Oh.
So
Nice.
that was his thing. So taking all that information, that's what he came up with this song.
Well, he's got that road rage song on that album. That's probably where it came
From his crappy
Yeah,
car.
Yeah.
That didn't. I wonder what they were throwing at him. Just trash out of their own car. Like, and what speed was he going to really trigger that kind of response? Like, I've been behind slow people and it don't make me happy. It doesn't make me happy. But I don't roll up next to them and throw banana peel out my window.
Is that what you were throwing up?
I don't know.
In case they
I don't
drive
even know
over
why
and
I'd
then
have
they
a banana peel in my car.
And they slip on it and they slip off the road.
I have a empty
It's like a
McDonald's bag in my car right now. I could throw that. That's about all I have in there. So I don't know. I don't know if they appreciate that. So
No, I don't.
and I'm sure there's a fine at this point for littering.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the cops would not be on board with my chucking of things at people's cars.
It's LA though.
So
They do things.
all right. So that's 3 songs in.
Okay.
You said that one got a little too.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
All right.
If I want to relax in
That's
the summer.
aggressive for Offspring. All right.
Yeah, I feel that's
I just felt like it had an upbeat.
It doesn't meet the summer groove.
I think I was, yeah. I don't know if I see. That's the problem. Is I
Palm
don't think I stuck
trees.
to the grooves all the time. I picked songs that I like.
It was like summer jams.
They had
not
jams,
summer
Yeah.
grooves.
See, jams would have been better.
You probably had a summer jam.
If I really this was really a summer groove song, I'd have had some like Captain and Tennille or Seals and Croft or something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe some Amy Grant.
Maybe
You squeeze her right in there. That's easy listening.
Yeah, that's true.
So it just depends what your definition is.
Yeah.
I was just going for songs that make me feel good and make me happy.
Sure.
That one made me happy.
Yeah.
But you think it's too much. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that goes to track 4. And then if you didn't like that one, I don't know if you're gonna like this.
Okay,
one.
here we go.
This world is forcing me to hold your hand, 'cause I'm just a girl, a little lonely. Well, don't let me out of your sight. Oh, I'm just a girl, already empty, so don't let me have any rights.
No, it's good.
So this is one of those bands. I'm going to admit that I own this album. This is Just a Girl by No Doubt.
Yeah.
I own this album. I listen to it a lot,
Mhm.
like all the time. I knew every track. This is now a band I go back now and I don't listen to as much.
No.
Like I'm not as excited about them older as I was when they first came out.
No.
So
I agree with
and
you.
I really think what I really liked when it came out, I don't know why, I just thought the beats were good and the songs were catchy, so it was good. I really don't like Gwen Stefani's voice all that much. Now that I relive it and I listen to it, after 1 or 2 songs, I start to get like, okay, it's like Beyonce. Like the voice is just too much.
know.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah. No, I picked up their greatest hits not too long ago because this will be fun, and I had a similar feeling.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I really liked them back in the day.
I think the only song I really get into now is the Don't Speak.
Yeah.
And that's because she's a little more reserved in that
Mhm.
one. She's not so, but I really did like this song when it came
Yeah,
out.
it was
and
everywhere.
that's why it made it onto here.
And I could see this in the Jeep.
This is a Jeep
Doors
song.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
I
time.
could see this one.
So first single off their platinum album, Tragic Kingdom, released September 95. This was the first song by No Doubt that was not co-written by Gwen's brother Eric, who left the band due to creative differences.
Oh.
On this album, the band's sound changed, and a lot of fans assumed the band just recorded more radio-friendly songs to become popular or because they were selling out. However, guitarist Tom Dumont said the sound changed because Eric left the group, and this was Gwen's version of what the group sounded like when she started writing all the songs.
Oh, okay.
So that's why the sound is different. If you go to another No Doubt album, it's much more punk.
Well, I was going to
Than
say
this one.
Lots more ska.
It is.
Very.
So
yeah.
this song has been adopted as a feminist anthem. However,
I could see that.
Gwen will tell you that was not what it was meant for. It was about her dad. She didn't like that he was overbearing towards her, not letting her do anything, but her brother Eric could do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
So she would just say, "Oh, I'm just the girl in the family."
Well, it's a man's world.
So that's how she did.
That's
So,
what they say.
but I will have fun fact.
Yeah.
Song was produced by one Matthew Wilder. Rob, do you remember who Matthew Wilder
Why
is?
do I know that name?
I don't know.
We've talked about him before.
Do you remember who he is?
I don't know.
Here, I'm going to give you a little.
Okay.
Didn't want no one to hold you. What does that mean? And you said, ain't nothing gonna break my
This is him?
This is Matthew Wilder.
Wow. You picked this song for something.
Yeah, it was on our Best of 1984.
Yeah. Wow.
So he produced this song.
Wow, okay.
Produced the entire album, as it turns out.
Good for him.
So the Break of My Stride guy
The Brick of Stride guy.
is the producer for Tragic Kingdom. So
Did he ever do anything else?
yeah, he produced quite a bit of music. If you
Oh,
go on
yeah.
there, it's like Avril Lavigne.
Oh.
I think he did some work with Britney Spears. He did quite a bit. So he wasn't just sitting around on his hands.
Using all that Brick of Stride money.
Break of My Stride.
There you go.
All right, so that's 4 songs.
That's
in.
good. Okay.
Summer. That's a better groove.
Yeah, it's more groove-ish.
So
Then,
where are we at through 4 tracks?
Dexter Holland and his anger.
I still like that. I don't
It's
think
good. It's a good song.
it's angry, but he doesn't make it sound angry because
Yeah.
of the way the guitar plays
true.
and all of that.
It's playing in
But
the background.
you're free.
That's
So
all right.
so where are we at through 4 songs?
It's really good.
It's-
You're up to you do good at this.
Okay.
You're a good mixologist.
All right. Here comes number 5. This is one I imagine too. I was listening to in the car driving around when it came out.
I could see this. Yeah. Okay. Ska was a thing, man.
It was a big thing. We're gonna have a ska episode. Pork pie hats, the whole thing.
What's up? I don't even know what a pork pie hat is.
Google it.
You gotta Google what a pork pie hat
Pork
is.
pie hat. I like the horns.
Oh,
in
that's
that,
what
right?
those are called.
It's
Pork
the little
pie.
round hat.
Oh yeah.
I told you.
I guess. Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't know what the
I
pork
didn't know
pie
what they're-
was.
Different style hats.
All right, this is the impression that I get by the mighty Boss Tones. Song was released February 10th, 1997. Hit number 1 on the Modern Rock track chart. Also number 1 on Canada's alternative chart. So they're a big fan. Lead singer Dickie Barrett. We've talked
Yeah,
about him before.
yeah.
He wrote this song after attending a funeral for his brother's friend.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that's
it
good.
inspired him.
I
He
had.
didn't
to
go
see-
in depth how it inspired him. He just said,
No. It's personal.
yeah, everything comes. Band appeared in the movie Clueless in 1995.
That's right. They did.
I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah.
So, when this song got popular, Barrett was concerned and told all his friends that the sudden fame was going to ruin his credibility in the punk ska scene.
Oh,
He was very concerned about that.
yeah.
He said, however, he found that most people still supported them, and he realized fame wasn't so bad once the checks started rolling in.
I was gonna say I hate it when they do that. Oh,
Once we started
never
getting
playing that
paid,
song
all of a sudden we're
again.
like, you know what? This is not
Right.
bad.
the residuals
Being
are
popular.
awful nice.
Yeah, being popular is quite the thing. So
I had that CD. That was a good one.
this
I
is-
got into the ska movement. I didn't
everybody
have
did.
the- yeah.
Did you have a pork pie hat?
I didn't have a pork pie hat.
Chain wallet?
No, I didn't.
That was
have
more
that.
big band swing, I think.
I'm looking at the pork pie hat, so I don't mind it.
You could have had one. You should
Yeah.
get one now. When we do our ska episode, you should have
I'm
one.
gonna look for one.
You should wear a suit, preferably one that's a little too big, because I think that was kind of their
That
vibe.
was the thing.
You know, they
Yeah.
were the ones that paid a guy just to dance on stage.
Yeah, they just had a hype guy.
Yeah, the hype guy. So, fun fact: this was actually released on a CD in 1995. So 2 years before it actually came out as a single,
Oh,
it was on a CD called "Safe and Sound: A Benefit in Response to the Brookline Clinic Violence." It featured tracks from Boston-based artists in response to murders of 2 abortion clinic receptionists in Brookline, Massachusetts.
oh, interesting.
So it was like it was a fundraising thing and a get
They're-
your attention.
They're from
album.
Boston.
They are definitely
Yeah,
from
okay,
Boston.
yeah.
So,
So I wear. There's a company called Boston Scally cap.
oh yeah.
So I wear a Boston Scally cap.
And how does that go for you?
I like it.
Is it like the pork
Like-
pie hat?
No, it's not like a pork pie. It's like a Peaky Blinders type hat.
Oh, that's right. You've got
Yeah.
multiples of those.
I love those.
That's your artisanal cheese.
It's
hat.
my artisanal cheese hat.
That's
yeah.
correct. You look like you're heading to a
Yeah.
farmer's market.
Yes, but
And
I don't
you
wear
want
them right
some-
now because
I need some home sourced honey.
a couple. A couple of them are wool, and they get really hot.
Rob says, "Is this honey? How is it sourced? Are the bees getting massages during the week? I want to make sure this is pure, refined honey. I can't eat that crap
I
off
only
the
eat,
shelves.
honey from Happy
That's
Bees.
correct. So, all right. So that one checks the box, right?
Yes, I like that.
All right. That takes us to track number 6.
This is a groove. I like it.
This is a summer groove.
This is a groove. It's a car trip song. I like it.
Not too aggressive.
No, I like that. That's a good.
That's a traveling song.
yeah, it's a traveling song, road song, windows down. Yeah,
So this is
sunroof.
Allison Road. by.
This is Gin Blossoms.
Oh, it is Gin
Golly,
Blossoms.
took
Good
me a
job.
minute. Yeah.
Song was initially released as a promotional single in 1991 to market the band, and then was re-released in 94 after the popularity of Hey Jealousy. So
No, that's
once
good.
Hey Jealousy hit, they're like, let's get those other singles out. Song is based on a road sign that lead singer Robin Wilson saw while driving in 1989 that said, "Next exit, Allison Road." And that actual sign is located on Interstate 10 in Roosevelt, Texas.
Oh.
So if you want to visit it says
Go to
next
Texas.
exit, Allison Road.
You were in Texas for a while. You ever go
I
there?
live there. No.
No, too far away.
Too far away.
Okay.
And I-10's, huge. So I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
what part of that.
I
That's
don't know.
So, and I'm
Forget how big Texas
not
is.
that excited to see an Allison Road. I like Gin Blossoms, but I don't like them that much. So it says the record company didn't make this single available for sale to ensure you had to buy the album for the song. It said that they preferred getting $16 per album instead of $2 for a single.
Oh,
So
wow.
just money marketing 101.
That's right.
Yeah. So they didn't make these available as singles, which means they also weren't available for like the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you had to buy the whole album in order to hear all the tracks. It's a good
Why
scam.
wouldn't they make the single? Just make.
I
the
just
single.
told you.
Why?
$16, $2.
Doesn't matter.
They want that net profit of $14.
Give the people the single.
They didn't want to give the people anything. It's the record
All
companies.
right.
That's why they're not charging anything anymore.
Damn the man.
Damn the man.
That's right.
Save the empire.
That's right.
Right? So song 6 checks the box, right?
Yes, I like that one. That's a groove.
That's a groove. Makes you
versus
feel.
a jam.
All right. So come out and play. The only one so far kind of sticking.
Yeah, that was the only one that to me stands out. As
Stands out.
Like have a
Okay. I thought
an
it had a good-
outlier.
It's an outlier.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another one.
There's
Not yet, though. All right. So this is song number 7.
7.
Wow.
Wow.
So get out your seat and jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump around.
All right.
Jump up and get down. Jump.
I like the song a lot.
Yeah,
Great lyrics.
it is. What do you think of that noise?
Hey, yeah, what is that?
We're going to talk about it.
The bagpipe or something?
No.
I'm the cream of the crop. I
Rise to the top.
I never eat a pig 'cause a pig is a cop. Or better yet, a
Terminator.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. So
I like that he gets
What song is
Arnold
that?
Schwarzenegger.
what do we got here?
I like it.
No, what do we have? What song is
Oh,
this?
this is Jump Around.
By.
House of Pain.
There you go.
Yeah.
I put 90s one-hit wonder pop radio royalty.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like there's no 90s album thing you make and this doesn't
No.
get played, right?
Yeah, I don't know. To me, and now this takes the outlier.
So it's out of the grooves again.
It's out of the groove. I think
Well,
it's a
if you
jam.
remember the last song,
Yeah.
Allison Road.
Yeah.
And if you hear the
you got to
next
bring
song,
it back up.
if you hear
Oh.
the next song, you see why this one's in the middle, maybe to give it a little pep in your
Yeah.
step. It might make sense when you hear the next song.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's wait.
Because you don't ever do anything without
Past
some
judgment.
thought.
Past judgment
Yeah.
after the next track.
Okay, I'll do that.
I think Jump Around fits in there. But this might also fall back into a scenario where I just wanted to get this song somewhere. And so I just squoze it in here. Right. So this was released May 5th, 92. Cinco de Mayo. Good for them, right?
Wow.
Produced by DJ Muggs of Cypress Hill.
Oh, I didn't
So
know that.
yeah, they wrote it together, him and Everlast.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
Whitey Ford.
there's some controversy
Oh.
on what that noise that you
What
asked
is
about
that
is.
noise?
That plays 66 times in the song.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
It's thought to be a saxophone or some kind of horn. But there are other theories. So there's another theory came up. It was sampled from a Prince song. But in 2018, Everlast stated on Twitter there is no Prince sample because it would have cost him too much money.
Yeah.
He said the sound is a horn. However, Questlove of Roots, Jimmy Fallon,
Uh-huh.
he maintains that the sound comes from a sample of the Prince song Get Off. Remember Get Off?
Yes, I
yeah.
do.
So it's in the background, but you listen, see if you can pick up what he's hearing. Just listen.
Right there.
Yeah, so see there's that little squeal in the background.
Yeah.
So that is Questlove saying that is where he got it from. So,
Interesting.
but another source maintains that it's sampled from a song called Shoot Your Shot from the 70s by Junior Walker and the All-Stars. See if you can find it here.
That sounds like it.
So that's really the only part it does that in. But that's another source said that they think that's where the sample came from.
Oh, I'd put my money on that one.
So anyway,
all day long.
but Everlast still maintains that it's just a horn they used. To make the
All
sounds.
day long.
But Everlast still maintains that it's just a horn they used to make the
No,
sounds.
they didn't use nothing.
But those other two sources are pretty convinced it got sampled in those two parts.
They sampled it.
All right.
It's
well,
from Junior whatever.
Junior. Oh,
What's his name?
Junior Walker.
Walker.
And the
Yeah.
All-Stars.
Yeah, no.
Don't forget about the All-Stars.
That's where they took it.
So, pop culture things in the lyrics. You love pop culture.
Yeah, I do.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, that's right.
John McEnroe.
Yeah.
Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
See, I like that they did that. I was going to say they got
Sega
Sega.
in there. Like to play me out as if my name was Sega.
Sega. Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You were a
some
Sega
of their
guy.
pop culture. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis all day, every day.
Yeah.
So, all right. So your first reaction is
Well, I felt like that was
breaks the vibe again.
I do. I feel like that was more of a jam, not a groove.
Yeah,
but,
it's
but
a little more aggressive. But when you hear, remember we had Allison Road, which was quite calm.
Then I know that's why I'm trying to. I'm trying to get into your brain.
And if you hear the next song, I'm thinking maybe this is why I did
Okay.
this. This is also the song where I'm thinking
Because you
this didn't match the rest of the CD. So this might just be that I wanted to put this band. This is a repeat band again,
okay.
and probably too close to the last song.
Yeah, really close. One song away.
I know.
Yeah, this isn't like you.
Yeah, I mean,
You never do anything without really like putting some thought into it. This is like something I would have done.
and it's a little slower than
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, highs and lows.
So I really like this song. I just don't know retrospectively if it fits
Yeah.
into this album. Other than I just wanted to get it on my
Yeah.
summer grooves. So that one seemed to slow down quite a bit more than everything else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
Until I Fall Away by the Gin Blossoms.
yeah, very slow.
So again, I put them
Wow.
really close together. So I was really feeling the Gin
And you
Blossoms there.
Jump around.
No, I went Allison Road,
Allison,
Jump around.
Wow.
Until I Fall Away.
Yeah.
So released August of 93, hit number 13 on the alternative chart and pop airplay chart. Billboard called this single pure pop joy. So there you go.
There you go.
Hey, like Allison
I like
Road, not released as a single, so they could encourage album sales, trying to make that money main. This is a conflict relationship song. The lyrics deal with the matters of the heart. They're vague but poetic terms that leave the interpretation to the listener.
Okay.
So it makes you think a little,
Yeah.
Rob. I know you like to think.
I do like those
So,
thinking songs.
Dark fact, though. The original guitarist, Doug Hopkins, had an alcohol problem, and he was kicked out of the band prior to the New Miserable Experience album getting popular. But he helped write like all the songs on the album, almost all of them,
Yeah.
and the riffs. So he came up with almost the whole album. Well, he's a big contributor, but he received none of the accolades, and the band didn't think he'd be able to tour, so they booted him out. And then he subsequently committed suicide shortly after that.
Oh, no.
So probably due to the alcohol problem too, but also he wasn't part of the fame of the Gin Blossoms.
He lost his
mojo.
his purpose.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Lost his purpose.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to tell you, we're
Uh-oh.
on to the next track, which is
Okay.
track number 9.
9.
I think this is a good summer track, but I'm starting to believe that your impression now of this
All right.
is going to be that it's too much. But I feel like this is a fun beach song from a fun, I would just say what I would consider a fun band.
Okay.
I retrace the sad look on your face, the timing and structure.
I do like this one.
You fucked her a day late, a buck short. I'm writing a report. I'm losing and failing. When I move, I'm flailing now, and it's happened once again. I'll turn to a friend, someone that understands, sees through the master plan. But everybody's gone, and I've been here for too long to face this on my own. Well, I guess this is growing up.
I don't know. I think it fits.
I like it.
It was really good.
This is
Blink 182.
yeah, Blink
Yeah,
182.
yeah.
It's called Damn It.
Is this from,
Sometimes subtitled it's other people have named it Growing Up
Yeah.
because they say
Yeah.
this is Growing Up as part of
This is like their first one that made them.
It's one of their. It's their big first thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So released September 1997. Damn It by Blink 182. This song reminds me of Florida. It came out right before I
Yeah.
moved there, and then I had a neighbor in the dorms, and he was a California kid,
Mhm.
and he listened to this song all the time.
Yeah.
And I heard it, and I'm like, "What is that?" And Blink 182. And the more I heard it, I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of like it." So
Yeah.
at first I was like, "Eh," and then the more I heard it, I liked it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
kind of wore on me.
Yeah, I remember this was on their album Dude Ranch.
Dude Ranch.
Yes,
People
I
like the Dude
remember,
Ranch.
yeah.
Funny story about Dude Ranch. They said they got a record deal. The guy who signed them was all excited about Dude Ranch. He was there on the production. He loved it. They get him in a room full of executives and everybody. And Tom DeLonge said, we were excited. Everyone in the room was excited. They were pumped up. People were cheering when we started the album. He goes, halfway through the first song, all the executives left. He goes, but luckily the guy who signed us believed in us, so he stayed with us. But as soon as they heard our first half of our first track, they're like, what is this?
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
yeah.
So
I do remember being disappointed by the album.
Oh, okay.
I got it, and then I thought, yeah, it was too punk.
Too
for me.
punk.
Yeah.
Song is about a fictional breakup where former lovers meet in public. One has moved on, but the other is obviously not over the relationship.
That's right.
The song was big on radio stations, particularly in Southern California
Everywhere.
and on the West Coast, as the song was said by many DJs to be a good match alongside Green Day and The Offspring.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Stereo Gum has named Damn It as Blink-182's all-time best song and one of the most iconic songs of the 90s.
I don't know.
That's an interesting part there. Song was also included in the 1998 movie Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah, yes.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
No.
2003 movie Dickie Roberts, former child star.
I never saw that.
I did not either.
No.
And 2001's movie Bubble Boy that had Jake Gyllenhaal.
Never saw that.
I never saw that one either. So also appeared in an episode of Dawson's Creek. I think it was a touching episode. I can't remember though.
You did.
Billboard described it as a fantastic jump around pop punk song.
Okay.
And fun fact, Mark Hoppus said he wrote the song in less than 10 minutes. He was sitting around strumming his guitar board one afternoon and just came up with this.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
pumped out the jam.
No big deal,
look at
right?
that. Yeah.
So
Which one of them is he's a UFO buff?
UFO buff.
Yeah, one of the Blink 182 guys.
I don't know.
He's a UFO guy.
No,
He's
I don't
all
know.
into the UFO
I
stuff.
feel like you're making that up.
I'm not making it up.
So, all right, that takes us on to
It's true.
track number 10. This is the only track on the album not from the 90s. I don't know, again, what inspired me to just toss this in, but it's an 80s song.
Yeah. Very strange. It's a great song.
I mean, it's still good at a party.
Brass monkey, that funky monkey. Brass monkey.
I think I just saw it as a party song.
It is a party song. Yeah.
Brass Drink brass monkey, here's how you feel.
Right leg up. So,
Yeah, it's a man, were you going with a party vibe?
yeah,
Is that-
who knows? It goes summer grooves, I know. So, Brass Monkey, Beastie Boys, came out in January of 87, Licensed to Ill. Song samples the song Bring It Here by a band called Wild Sugar.
Man, those guys are good at the whole sampling thing. Ooh, I like it.
It's just funky.
Yeah.
So it goes on like that. It's a funky song.
What's the name of that song?
Wild Sugar.
But who sings it?
I just told you.
Who?
Wild Sugar.
The name of the song is Wild Sugar?
Bring It Here is the
Bring
name of
It
the song.
Here.
It's by Wild Sugar.
Got you.
There you
Okay,
go.
all right.
I'll
Bring
I'll
it
tag you after the show. So, song was used by professional wrestler Speedball Mike Bailey as his entrance song.
Did you know who that was?
I had no idea.
Oh.
He was on the independent circuit. Never made WWF, WWE, WCW.
Oh, okay.
So he's just a random guy.
He's right.
But he was enough to get into the Wikipedia.
I was gonna
So either Mike Bailey himself went in and entered that
Sure he
fun
did.
little bit of information.
Sure he did.
So, by the way, so what's the song about, Rob? Do you know?
I thought it was about it's a drink.
It is a drink.
Yeah. but
So
I don't know what
there's
it
a
is.
couple I guess you could say versions of what they say about it. So one says it's a mixture of rum, vodka, and orange juice. And then other things say that it's other people adopted it as a mixture of malt liquor and orange juice.
Mm.
But MCA, I believe, no, Mike D said originally it was just about a cheap alcohol you could get at the store. It was sold in the 70s and 80s. It was just in a can,
Oh,
and it was called Brass Monkey, and it was in the real
Oh.
cheap section.
okay.
And he said originally the song was intended to be like a dance song, like the Twist,
Yeah.
but it just caught on as about the alcohol,
Oh, yeah.
and that's what it became.
That's
So,
right. Because the lyrics do talk about like lifting, left leg up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Well,
so it's
unfortunately or fortunately, as a tribute to MCA, in 2012 in New York, your boy Dave Matthews covered this,
oh no,
his own version of it.
I
So
don't know.
again, it's a tribute, so I give him credit. He doesn't do the rapping. He just does this. And then they play music.
Okay.
And they add some other noises.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Dave Matthews as a tribute to MCA.
He's
So
an artist.
I can see what he's trying to do there.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
It's not, yeah, not one of the finest moments. But hey,
Is that a cover you're going to throw into
I
your
don't,
mix?
No.
So, all right. Well, moving on to the next track. Now, this fits perfectly on this CD.
Okay.
And this should have been more songs like this. So this is track, where are we at? We're at track 11. So we're getting there. Track 11.
Okay. Wow. I've not heard this song in a long time.
Oh, it's so good.
Man. This is good. Yeah, I've not heard that. Shoot.
Now that fits.
It's got a
So this is-
slow groove.
So this
I
is
like
To
it,
Live and
yeah.
Die in L.A.
Okay.
by Tupac.
Yeah.
The one and only
Yeah.
Tupac.
Who's that singing in there?
I will tell you. in a
Oh,
second.
you're going to tell me. Sorry.
Song was released in November of 1996 off his album The Don Killuminati, The 7-Day Theory,
Uh-huh.
commonly shortened to Machiavelli.
Ah.
Did you have that?
I never owned any Tupac.
Oh, that's crazy.
I had one
this
Tupac. I had a single.
This was a good album.
Yeah, but I never had that.
So,
Yeah.
song was produced by QD3. You know who QD3 is?
No.
Son of Quincy Jones.
Oh, sure.
So you got some street
Yeah.
cred there. A little nepotism. A little nepotese. It was only released in
Nepo
Europe.
baby.
This is interesting. Only released in Europe as a single and not in the U.S. subsequently, so it didn't chart anywhere in the States. I don't
Wow.
know who made that decision, but
Yeah, that's weird.
I guess, again, just you have to get the album to listen to it.
Yeah.
Producer said this was Tupac's favorite song on the album. He loved the groove, and it was a love letter to Los Angeles. He
Sure.
said he hoped it gave everyone the feel of drop tops, 80 degrees down Sunset, just a vibe of being in L.A.
Perfect.
So
Yeah,
that's what
see?
Tupac came up
That
with.
is a summer groove.
Tupac wrote the lyrics for the song in 15 minutes,
Ah,
and he recorded them in one take without telling anyone what the song was.
nice.
Laid down his part, then had the singer Val Young told her what he thought the chorus should sound like. She popped this out. After recording, Tupac and a producer, Ricky Rouse, applied the finishing touches, which included some live bass and guitar parts. They edited the song, and the whole song was done in less than 2 hours.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so just popped it out. Name of the song came from a verse in California Love, where Tupac says, "Only in Cali where we riot, not rally. To live and die. In LA, we wearing Chucks, not Ballies."
Oh.
So, and the song is considered a sequel to the California Love.
Is it really?
It is.
I didn't know that.
There you go. You learn something
I
new
like
every
it.
day.
Yeah. I do learn
So-
something new every day.
All right.
Yeah.
So track
I like
11.
that one. That
go.
was good. That was good. Good vibe.
good vibe.
Yeah, get the vibes.
So that takes us to track 12.
12.
Again, and we're back to a repeat artist
Oh.
that I have played previously today.
Okay.
Guess which one? More Gin Blossoms?
No, it's gonna be. It's gonna be Sublime.
It is Sublime. Hey, you figured
I was
that out.
trying to
right?
think of who else you've.
Who else I've had.
Yeah, who else have you had?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be another Sublime track at number 12.
I like this one. This is a good one.
Now this fits.
I like it. Yeah, this got groove. This is good.
Now remember, I wasn't a perfect mixologist. I was like 23 years old. I had never used Napster before. You know, I had my tape mixing days, but this is my first foray into CDs.
I know you
This is
were
a little
excited.
different. Yeah.
You got.
So this is Doing Time by
Yeah.
Sublime. It's based on the George and Ira Gershwin song
No.
Summertime from the 1935 opera called Porgy and Bess.
Oh yeah.
I tried to figure out this, but I don't know if I'm hearing it. It's more inspirational. Maybe I hear a little tune. You like it though.
I do.
See?
I like
Maybe a
the
little
jazz.
of
It's
the
good.
tune. right?
I can hear it. It's much slow. I mean, they've sped it up a ton.
Sped it up
But
a ton.
it's the same idea, though. That's
Same
really
idea.
good. Clever. I didn't
So-
realize that.
Didn't.
That's good.
Name of the song actually doesn't appear in the lyrics at any time. It was in the original composition, but replaced all of the "doing time" with "summertime."
Oh, okay.
All right. Song hit number 1 on the Billboard Rock and Alternative Airplay chart. Number 7 in Hungary. Good for them. And number 5 in Sweden. The Swedes were big fans of the Sublime. Pretty moderate success everywhere else, but the song has gone platinum in 5 countries to include the United States.
Wow.
So, pretty good.
Yeah, I like this.
Song contains a sample from the Beastie Boys song "Slow and Low" off their License to Ill album.
It does.
Second thing
I
for
didn't
them.
know
Right?
that.
In that same year, it was a year later, Wyclef Jean did a remix on this,
Oh.
which doesn't sound all that much different, but you can tell it's got a little bit of something else.
These people would stop remaking crap.
Well, they asked Wyclef to remix.
Don't make. Oh, he remixed it.
He remixed it. He didn't remake
Oh, okay.
it, but you can tell the house beat comes in. So that's a
All right.
remix from
All right.
Wyclef. He had to get his part in there.
He was everywhere. for a
Great
while.
job, guys. That sounds great.
I don't think he was.
He sounds
he
exactly.
Jamaican?
That's exactly. Yeah.
No, he
Where do you
wasn't.
think he's from?
I don't
All right.
know.
In
Jersey.
in 2019, you're gonna like this.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna like it at all. Lana Del Rey covered it. She stated there isn't a
Ooh.
day that goes by that she doesn't listen to a Sublime song. Now she reimagined this because she strips it and makes it way
Oh,
slower.
I think I might have heard this. Oh,
This is that ethereal sound.
I
again.
have heard this. I heard it by accident.
Oh,
I didn't realize that's who it was. It came on my playlist. It was just played next, and I was like, no, she's not qualified to represent nothing.
I don't know if I love it.
No, I don't like it.
I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a Lana Del Rey guy.
I know. I've
That
never heard her.
I appreciate that she loves loves Sublime.
Oh.
I just don't know if that's my favorite
No, she's not.
version of that.
No, I don't like it.
So,
It's too
all right.
too slow. And
But overall, that song fits.
it
our-
does.
Our
I like
vibe
that. Yep.
today.
I
All
do
right.
like it.
So we only have a couple one-offs. Our one-offs so far come out and play,
Yeah.
right? And then you thought House of Pain was a little over.
Not those two, but
aggressive.
I don't know.
And then Until I Fall Away, I don't know that it really even fits.
It was
Period.
really slow.
So slow, just like
so
that-
slow.
I don't know
It's
if that's
too slow.
a love jam in the middle of the album.
Yeah.
that, we didn't need. Nobody asked for. But
It's
then-
almost a sad song.
But damn it, even though it's a little fast,
That was good.
even though it's a little fast,
No,
I
that
still,
was good.
I still feel beachy
like it.
when I hear
Yep,
that.
I like that one.
So, well, that takes us to track 13,
No.
going back to the early 90s.
Wow. Okay, this is good. This has got the groove. This song was everywhere.
Didn't you go as the bee girl for Halloween? I think you did. You look good in the bee costume. It was working.
the
So-
beast today.
All right, so this is No Rain by Blind Melon. You've always been a bee guy. I don't know what to tell you. So, and as you've grown older, you want that locally sourced honey.
Nobody wants to
Gotta
see me in
be.
a bee costume.
So, all right, released in 93, considered a one-hit wonder. All right, Blind Melon fans, Blind Melon fans, please don't come for me. I know they had other great songs according to you, but this was the only one to track on the chart on the Billboard Hot 100, so it's considered a one-hit wonder. So I know they'll get all upset about it. No, they had 5 other great songs. I got it. Now I've listened to that whole album. I won't agree that there are a ton of other great songs. Outside of No Rain, it's an interesting album. I'll just put it to you that way. It wasn't all that I thought it was going to be.
You know,
We'd have to revisit it, but I
I've
don't think it's great.
only ever listened to this song.
Oh, nice.
I've never
Usually you expand your repertoire.
I've not gotten into the
I got you.
into their
Well, it hit number 20 on the Hot 100, number 1 on the Modern Rock Tracks chart. Song is about being able to get out of bed and find excuses to face the day when you have really, in a way, nothing to do.
wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was also inspired by Brad Smith, who's the bassist's girlfriend, who was clinically depressed. Good girlfriend to have, and would sleep through sunny days, complaining that she wished it was raining.
Yeah.
So she sounds like a treat. Sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of fun balled into that one. MTV ranked the video number 22 on their list of the greatest videos ever made in 1999.
Was Brad what? Smith? Brad.
Brad Smith is a bassist.
Yeah. He joined some guys from Pearl Jam.
Oh, nice.
Dave Cruson, I think, a former drummer.
Oh, nice.
And they formed a band called Unified Theory.
How did that go?
It was really good.
Oh,
I went
that's
and
good.
saw him in concert. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
At one point, the band was tired of the song and actually left it off set list. They're one of those guys at concerts, to which the audience was not appreciative, as most
Yeah.
of them only knew that song. So
I know we just went, just kind of off the topic, but we went and saw a concert. Jason Isbell, he's an alternative country guy, and there's like 3 songs that my kids and I were waiting for him to play. Never played them.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, dude?
Take that script out of the Pearl Jam book.
Like, come on,
There you
man.
go. Yeah.
Everybody like
That's what we're here for.
It's like his 3
know.
famous
Well,
songs.
It's what we're here for.
I knew a lot of the other ones, but my kids were waiting for him to play those.
Well,
He never played them.
you know what? Sometimes disappointment for the kids is okay.
That's all right.
There you
It
go.
Builds character.
Yeah. When you took them to Pearl Jam, they probably didn't play all the songs they wanted to hear there either.
No, my son didn't care.
Oh, okay. That's good.
He sat with his head in his hands.
Well, Brad Smith, your friend there,
Yeah.
you were just talking
Yeah.
about, he wrote the song and he told Song Facts, this was a good song when I wrote it, but Shannon Hoon, the lead singer, Blind Melon's vocals made it a great song.
I agree.
So.
Yeah. They are a band I need to explore more. I don't know anything about them.
You feel like you need to do that?
I do.
All right. So, all right. Well, song 14
14.
came up a little while ago. And again, leaning back into one of those bands that apparently I was really excited about for this CD.
What, 3 of them? Wow. It's a good one. The vibe is good.
Yeah. All their songs have the right vibe.
Yeah, the content is, but it's good. Yeah, see, that's good.
You like that ska back there.
I do. It's good. Yep. Yeah, but I'm
They had to actually,
staring at her.
they said they were staring at her chest, but they use a more crass word.
Yeah.
And they said they had to edit it out for the radio, but all they edited out was the I.
Ah.
So it was kind of still there because you got the T and the S.
Yeah, that's
So,
not editing
Anyway,
anything.
they edited it out. So this is Wrong Way by Sublime. Third time Sublime on my Summer Grooves
Wow.
album today. We might
Is
as
there
well
anybody else that's 3 times? Or
Might
the-
as well, no.
no, they're the
You
only
might as
3
well have
times.
just listened to the Sublime
The
album.
3-timers.
Although I did miss Santeria, you would have thought that fit
I
in here.
know.
Didn't get it. So, there's a trombone solo in this song. How do you feel about
Ooh.
trombone solos, Rob?
That's all right.
What do you mean it's all right?
There's a guy I listen to. His name's Trombone Shorty.
Yeah?
He's like a blues guy.
I bet he's not as good as this.
Oh, he can totally do it. Cheeks all like
Look at
this
this.
crazy. Oh, there it is. I like this song. This is good. I like this part. That's good.
Yeah,
A little
there's a
run there. I like that.
Trombone
Yeah.
solo. I know
That's
you like
impressive.
those.
Yeah.
It contains, it was said it's an interpolation of the theme from George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. Apparently Sublime, big George Gershwin fans. I wouldn't have guessed that, but there they are. So interpolation, by the way, I looked this up and I don't understand the context of what they're saying because it talks about being part of a graph of a sum of parts, and it looks like a stats-based situation. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure how it ties into this song, but I just wrote
Interpolation?
interpolation. So, by the way, it sounds like a fun song. Not such a fun song.
No.
Song is about an alcoholic father that makes his 12-year-old daughter be a prostitute.
Yeah, that's not good.
The singer lays out that he loves her and rescues her from the problem, only to have her ultimately leave him as well, because she's probably got daddy problems. Bass player Eric Wilson said the song is about a girl they knew in Long Beach, and that the song was pretty close to a true story. So there you go. Much like the Jim Blossom Sublime's record company, MCA did not make any of the singles for sale in the U.S. so they could sell the entire album. Therefore, all of Sublime's singles were ineligible for the U.S. Hot 100 chart.
Oh, there you go.
So they didn't get to chart.
That's all right.
Sorry, guys.
They probably liked that.
So
They're
we're
kind of one of those indie bands.
That's the end of our Sublime tour today, by
Okay,
the way,
good.
on this
All right.
album.
No.
You said, okay, good.
Well, I mean,
You've had
we
enough
got to leave
Sublime.
some space for somebody else.
For somebody else?
You got to spread the wealth.
Spread the
You can't
wealth.
just- I mean, because I know when I made my stupid mixtape,
Yes.
I was really heavy on the New Edition, I think.
Yeah.
And
Well, I would tell you Bobby Brown.
that was Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would tell you that if I was to make this again now, I don't want to repeat artists. I'm not sure
I
why
know.
I repeated artists in the first place.
I thought that was like one of
But
your rules.
Whatever headspace I was in, I was like, nope, like that one, I'm doing that one too. I told you this one's a little more chaotic than some of my other
It
ones.
feels rushed. Like maybe
Yeah, it could have been.
you were on a time
It's like
crunch.
3 a.m. I just need to make another CD.
They needed it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
It was
and-
like crack back then. I got to make another CD. They might shut Napster down tomorrow.
That's true.
So-
Everybody's pulling down as much as they could.
Just let me get another
That's
album in.
right.
So, all right, number 15 though, great song, fits perfectly on the album.
Oh yeah.
And if you said this life ain't good enough, I'd give my world to lift you up. I could change my life to better suit your mood.
It's your boy Santana with the guitar.
And it's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same as the emotion that I get from you. You got the kind of loving that can be so smooth. Yeah. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget
There you go.
about it.
This song was everywhere. Ooh. Good guitar solo.
I know you like it as Santana.
Well, Everlast was on this album.
Yeah.
He had one too.
So Wyclef's on the album.
A lot of get
Maria Maria. That's a good one.
right. That was a good one.
So,
I like that.
This is Smooth by Santana featuring Rob Thomas.
Rob Thomas
Of?
from Matchbox 20.
There you go.
Yeah, let's see.
Song was released June 15th, 1999, so right at the end of the decade.
Yeah.
This thing came out right as I was making this CD. I was like, oh, I'm grabbing that. Number one in the U.S.
It was hot.
Listen to this. Number one in the U.S. Hot 100 for 12 consecutive weeks.
It was a huge
Good
song.
gosh.
And that album
Also-
was huge.
Also hit number one in Croatia and Canada, top 20 in 20 other countries, so it did a lot. Originally written by Rob Thomas and Atal Shur. I don't know who Atal Shur is, but they wrote it, and it was intended for Atal Shur. Originally, Thomas wasn't supposed to sing on the track, but Atal Shur sang it. It was called Room 17. Nobody liked it, so they gave it back to Thomas, who rewrote the lyrics, called it Smooth, then recorded a demo to play for Santana. Santana didn't want to hear it at first. Then he heard it. You're in. So there you go.
I would have thought that was a Santana song.
I saw Santana at the airport in Newark.
Wow.
He had like 3 dudes around him. He looked old, but it was him.
You try
No, they looked.
to give him a hint.
They looked like people I didn't want to approach. The 3 guys around him, because he's in the middle, just walking through the airport. But he had like a long black trench coat on,
Yeah.
so it was definitely him. So, and one guy was carrying a guitar case,
Oh, there you go.
It was him.
It was the guitar.
or it was a perfect likeness of him. But I think I'm pretty sure it was him. And Newark's a pretty well traveled airport. So, Billboard ranked this.
Newark.
Billboard to New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah. It's right on it's across the river
Yeah.
from the old New York.
Yeah, they mentioned that in Heat.
Yes,
Newark.
you got to have it.
They're going to take you down to Newark.
I was in Heat.
Yeah, that's
There we
right.
go. Yeah, it was where Hank Azaria was going back on his trumped
That's
up
right.
charges.
Yeah, that's right.
So Billboard ranked this number 2 on its list of the top songs of the first 50 years of the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Number 2.
Nice.
So won Song of the Year and Record of the Year at the 2000 Grammys.
I was going to say, yeah, that record was huge.
But this was Santana's first song to
Superstition.
chart on the Billboard since 1982.
Uh-huh.
So he had a little time off.
Back when he
Fun
was in-
fact, Santana and Thomas became best friends.
Oh,
They're like you and me, Rob.
I can see it.
Thomas said in 2020, I think the best part of the whole process was that Carlos and I have become so close that we communicate just about every day.
Aw,
He's been a great mentor, but an even greater friend.
That's really nice.
They should have a podcast.
They should. I bet
Thomas
they
and
do.
Santana. They could have lots of
Thomas
stories.
and-
So
They probably do.
Rob Thomas said he knew the song was going to be really big when he ran into Metallica bassist Jason Newsted in an elevator. And Newsted said, "Hey, Rob." And Rob said, and by the way, I'd never met him, never talked to him in my life. But he said, "Hey, Rob, man, I love that Carlos Santana song."
Oh,
He said,
Nice.
He said at that point, he goes, if the Metallica guys are liking it, he goes, everybody's going to like it.
you don't have any Metallica on this list. do
I
you?
don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't feel like Metallica would fit in as good. I mean, I made a couple little
Well, I
missteps.
didn't know.
So, well, we're about to close
So
the
how do you
album
wrap
out.
this thing up? How do you?
I didn't wrap it up good.
Okay.
So I'll just admit, this also feels like this might be a timing situation. Like I have room for one more song at a certain amount of
You got to fill it.
space.
You don't want to waste it.
And I just picked a song I liked.
Yeah.
Repeat artist again.
No.
I've had 3 repeat artists on this thing. And if you didn't like the first time they came around, you're probably not going to like this one.
Oh yeah. I don't
Not
know.
as aggressive
Yeah,
as
this is.
come out and play.
I was gonna say this is less aggressive.
Late at night, she knocks on my door. She's drunk again and looking to score. I know I should say no, but
That was a good song.
I
That's a
might
good album.
I might be dumb, but I'm not a dweeb.
Not a dweeb.
That part about her, when he says it's, I should tell her no, but it's kind of hard when she's
I know.
standing in my living
Yeah,
room,
that's right.
being like,
make,
here we go. Right, so-
making dessert.
So this is Self-Esteem by The Offspring.
No, that's a good. I like this pick better than their first.
Come out and play.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good though.
This is how I close the album out.
Wow.
This is the last track. There you go. I
Yeah,
think I
it
just
does
found a
feel
song.
rushed. I do think.
feel.
Yeah, I could see you just picking something.
So.
Like I got to put it in there.
We mentioned this before on our alternative songs of '94. We went into
Yeah.
it quite deeply first season. So if you want to hear more about it, go over there because I'm
Yeah,
not going to
check it
relive all that.
No.
It's off their Smash album. One of my faves of the '90s.
I just pulled it back out, and I
I think that's next year. That's going to have to go on the.
yeah, I
We're
forgot
gonna
how
have to-
good it was. I
Right.
listened to it. I was like, man, that is a really good. Even my kids like it.
I think we're going to have to do a revisit,
Yeah,
a deep dive, if you will. So,
yes, I think that's a good.
Um,
that would be.
I
good.
wrote right here. Here's exactly what I wrote. You asked me a minute ago. I
Yeah.
put, I love this song, which is why I probably threw it on at the end. That's all I can think of. That's how I want to close this out. So this was
that
not.
sounds like something you would have wrote in like 5th grade.
Yeah,
like
perfect.
an essay.
I love this song.
I like.
Yeah.
I like
Offspring's
this.
good. I like this band. They should play more songs.
Period.
Period. There's my essay.
Done.
Give me a sticker. This was nominated for a 1995
Give me a
MTV
sticker.
Europe Music Award
Yeah.
for Best Song,
Wow.
but lost to Zombie by the Cranberries.
That's a
It's
tough
tough.
fight. That's-
They were also nominated for Best Hard Rock Band in 1995. In the category, you had The Offspring, you had Green Day, you had Oasis, and you had a group called Therapy with a question mark. I've
Uh-huh.
never heard of them.
no, I'm not.
But they all lost to the ultimate hard rockers themselves in 1995, Bon Jovi. So
Wow.
there you go.
Wow.
Because we know how hard rocking they were
Wow.
in 1995.
What song
What
they
was-
have at 95?
I don't know. It's Europe. They have
that's
different
fair.
tastes than we do at
Yeah,
times. But it's interesting. So Therapy with a question mark,
I was just gonna.
who I've never heard of.
Google
They are a Northern Irish rock band formed in
Oh.
1989. And I found that their most successful song is a song called Nowhere. And do I have a sample of Nowhere? Of course I do, Rob.
it. I kind of like them.
To be clear, this is not a Summer Groove and or on the Summer
No.
Groove soundtrack. I'm just letting you hear what Therapy question mark
That's really good.
sounds like.
So they were up with the big boys.
Up with the big boys.
Yeah, but they lost to
They lost
Bon Jovi.
to Bon Jovi in the hard rock category.
That's all right.
So, all right. Well, that brings us to the end of our Summer Grooves experience.
Yeah.
Rob, where do you feel we landed on this?
I think it was really good. I feel like this is a good cross section of the 90s, minus the Brass Monkey, which was,
The one 1980 song.
but everything else was. I mean, these are all songs you would have heard. Like they were everywhere.
Yeah.
in the late 90s.
There were some other options. There was other summer songs I could have put in here. Like, what about that one song about the lying on the beach and Sunday morning of last week?
Oh yeah, Steal My Sunshine.
Steal My Sunshine.
Yeah.
That feels like it could have been a summer song, right?
What was
So-
that one about Abercrombie and Finch?
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
I like girls that wear
Abercrombie.
Abercrombie.
Yeah, there's that one.
That's a good one. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I gave it
That
about
was good.
I gave it about a solid B.
You give yourself a B?
Could have been better. Again, I missed with a few tracks. Repeated too many bands and put a couple tracks right next to each other that didn't need to be right next to
Yeah,
each
the
other.
Gym Blossoms with only a song in between. That was
That's
interesting. That's not your
And I didn't
calling
even-
card.
Look, and I used Allison Road, which is fine. It's a groove track.
Yeah.
And then Until I Fall Away, why is Hey Jealousy not on there? That would have been perfect for a summer song. And some Toad the
Yeah.
Wet Sprocket would have been perfect
Oh,
for
yeah,
summer.
see,
And possibly some Better Than Ezra. That would have been a good summer
some
group.
9/11.
Yeah.
Maybe?
9/11.
Yeah.
We'll
3/11.
We're not going to put 9/11 on
Sorry,
anything.
sorry.
Yeah.
I
don't
was
think-
thinking about 911.
that's not a groove of anything. 9/11.
9/11.
3/11.
9/11 is a very sad day in history.
Well, I
Yeah.
tasked you.
3/11.
I tasked you with a project. Now that you've heard all
Oh,
mine,
yes.
I said if you could add 2 songs. So here's what we'll do: Come Out and Play goes away.
Oh, man.
And Jump Around goes away. You get to replace those 2 songs.
I do.
So you're coming into Summer Grooves. What are you replacing it with?
Well, here's my first one.
I like Mariah Carey.
There you go. called they describe it as a mid-tempo pop and R&B ballad. Came out in 95. No, this song was released in 96.
Yeah.
Wow.
You feel like it's got enough juice for the summer grooves?
I feel
Good
like
laid back vibe?
Yeah, it's laid back. Yeah.
Went to Mariah Carey. You're not a Mariah Carey guy.
I'm not.
What's the name of that song?
Always Be My Baby.
Yes.
Yeah, came out on her Daydream album, 95.
All right.
It's crazy, 95.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I wouldn't have tagged you for Mariah Carey guy.
No,
Mariah
but I
Carey
was
guy.
just trying to think of
But I like
things
it.
that you would have heard
I like
chilling in the summer in
Yeah.
the background.
I look up to about 96 Mariah Carey. After that, she gets a little weird.
Yeah, no, this is the Mariah Carey I would have listened to.
I really like
After
early
that,
90s.
I don't know.
All right, so
Got a little
that's
weird.
track one. So Come Out and Plays Out, Always Be My Baby's in. Okay.
Yeah.
So song two.
Yeah, I'm going little R&B. I'm sticking with R&B, female R&B.
I had no R&B. I had one rap
Yeah,
song. I had two
yeah.
rap songs. This is good. Again, I think a misstep of no R&B because that would have been a good vibe.
Yeah,
But I think I was going for a specific sound
yeah.
on my version. You know what my specific sound was? Well, no, I had one Tupac and one Will Smith song, and then my specific sound was Frat Boy at the Beach for the rest of it. So,
Rap Boy at the Beach.
yeah.
That's what this CD should be called.
Is that Aaliyah?
This is Aaliyah, Back and Forth. Yeah. What did I have about that? I don't know. Let me check my notes.
We don't have to have much.
I don't know.
So this is going in jump around spots.
Okay.
So-
yeah, this is released in 94. It was her debut single.
So here's what I'm going to do.
Oh, it was produced by R. Kelly.
Yeah, not good.
Sorry.
Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to
Yeah.
rearrange the order of
Oh.
Summer Grooves and put these two in those spots.
Oh, okay.
I'm still going to leave Come Out and Play and jump around at the bottom. And then what people can do is listen to one way, the other way, and they can see if it grooves more,
There you go.
one version of the other.
Okay.
And we'll
I like
see.
it.
So the poll for next week for our folks is the CD better with Rob's additions and the two subtractions, or was my CD awesome to start with? Right? So
Oh,
that's our question for next week.
Uh,
So, all right. Well, before we close out the show, Rob,
Yeah.
would you give me a grade on that?
I
I
think
said
you're
B.
being. I think you're being too hard. I think it's an A minus.
I think you're being nice
Yeah.
today.
No, I think
You're feeling in a
it
mood
was
or
good.
something.
No, it was
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
It had some flaws. And I'm here to admit my own flaws. All good songs, not spaced well, obviously. Again, I think
Right.
I repeated too many of the same bands, and there's a couple songs that just didn't fit. They don't work.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree with you. That's the order and the
Yeah.
flow is something probably I would have done. So it
there's
does
some-
it does feel uncharacteristic to you.
it was a rushed.
Yeah. it does
Again, this
feel
might have been a late night. Had a couple of
the
couple
idea,
drinks.
The idea that you're pulling down songs
yeah.
as fast as you can at 3 o'clock. in
Just
the
pounding
morning.
the keys.
Are you coming to bed? No.
No, I got to get these.
I got CDs to make.
People
Leave me
are,
alone,
people
woman.
are, people are depending on me. So, well, before we close out the show, Rob, we had a little
Yeah.
fun with this CD this week, our
We
Summer
did.
Groove CD.
Yeah, that was fun.
As I was listening to this, it made me think of one of those Time Life commercials
Oh, no.
where
Yeah.
you could purchase compilation
Yeah.
albums. Because
Uh-huh.
before Napster, that's what you would have to
Yeah.
do. But those commercials would come on at like 2 a.m,
Uh-huh.
and you'd think, I would like all those songs together.
Sure.
So in true 90s fashion, we had put together what the Time Life commercial would have been if Summer Grooves had been featured as a Time Life purchase.
right.
So without further ado, you're going to want to get your credit card ready because this is the Summer Grooves Time Life infomercial.
Hey, bro, why you listening to that slow love stuff? It's summer, man. I want to party.
I hear you, dude, but All for One's all I got right now. I wish we had a mix of all our favorite summer jams.
Summertime, beaches, parties, and the music that defined a generation. Now, Time Life presents Summer Grooves, the ultimate 90s vibes collection. Chill out with 16 of the hottest tracks from the sun-soaked 90s. Songs that made you feel alive, like Summertime by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Come Out and Play by The Offspring. and Just a Girl by No Doubt.
I'm just a girl, a little lonely. Well, don't let me out of your sight. Oh, I'm just a girl.
And so many more. From hip-hop and ska to punk and laid-back alt-rock, Summer Grooves has exactly what you need for those hot summer days and long summer nights, including Blind Melon's No Rain, Jump Around from House of Pain,
Let me begin. I came to win. Battle me, that's a sin. I won't ever slack up. Punk, you better back up. Try and play the role and you're the whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands
and
up.
Smooth by Santana featuring Rob Thomas. The hits are endless, so the good times never stop. Call or go online now to order Summer Grooves, the ultimate 90s vibes collection on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes for just $19.99. But wait, order in the next 15 minutes and you'll also receive the bonus album, Late Night Drive Home, a mellow mix of chill tracks to wind down your perfect summer night. That's 3 CDs with over 20 great hits for just $19.99.
Wow, bro. Summer Groove sounds like the party I've been waiting for. Now summer can really get started.
For sure, man. We'll be kings of the beach and starting all the best parties with Summer Grooves.
Have you ever been close to tragedy?
That feels ridiculous, right?
It feels ridiculous because it was ridiculous.
But it was ridiculous. But not far off of what they put on TV at 2 in the morning. Remember Air Supply would host those and stuff? Yeah, I think Kip and them found that on YouTube, right? So,
Yeah.
all right. Would that drive you to buy Summer Grooves?
Absolutely. My daughter listened to it and she goes, "Can you actually buy that?" I was like,
So, yes.
would you?
We're taking orders right now. So, all right, fans, if you love today's episode, let us know on any of our social media outlets. Use the link tree in our show notes, and it will take you to our X, Facebook, and Instagram pages. I'm sorry, the Time Life compilation is no longer for sale, but
Sold out.
If you really want it, we can make some things happen. I don't know. But you can also search Totally 80s and 90s Recall, and any of those sites will pop right up. We want to interact with our listeners as much as possible, so let us know what you think, or you can suggest 80s and 90s topics for us to cover in the future episodes. What other songs would you have added to this Summer Grooves, and where did I hit? Where did I miss? I'm open to all suggestions. We also have a YouTube page where you can listen or watch our video and go subscribe over there, and you can see all of the episodes we have over there on YouTube as well. And what we'll do, Rob, is if I get any suggestions about the
That's right.
CD, we'll make some adjustments, and then I'll add your songs, I'll add those songs, and maybe in the future we'll do a revisit to say, hey, after
I
everybody
like that.
chimed in,
Yeah.
this is what Summer Grooves could have been.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that happens.
I like it.
But we
That's
need
good.
we need listeners' help if that's going to happen.
Fine.
If you don't help us, then we're just going to listen to more of my CDs as they come. So
So you really need to give us feedback.
yeah, you need something.
Yeah.
Do something quick.
Well, Dave and I want you to know that the Totally 80s and 90s Recall podcast is the perfect complement to your listening experience and the perfect antidote to modern life. The Totally 80s and 90s Recall team knows that it's summertime and living is easy. We also know that Bradley is on the microphone with Ross MG and that all of the people in the dance will agree that Dave and I are well qualified to represent the LBC. If you agree with these sentiments, check us out at Totally 80s 90s Recall at podme.com. Now, if you and your girl have one of those relationships where you love her so bad, but she treats you like, and you're feeling like it's on lockdown, like a penitentiary, and she spreads her loving all over but when she gets home, there's none left for you. If you can relate, shoot us an email at 80s90srecall at gmail.com. Let the Totally 80s and 90s Recall team help you appreciate the present by indulging in a healthy dose of the good old days.
Good old days.
Yeah.
Hey, if you also want to help out the show and support us, we could use a 5-star rating on Apple, Spotify, wherever you can give it to us. And also subscribe and share this with a friend so both of you never miss any episodes of Totally 80s and 90s Recall. Because
That's right.
where else are you going to get an old Time Life episode commercial about Summer Grooves that you didn't even know existed? You didn't know you wanted it. Now you have it. There you go.
I'm really proud of that.
That is pretty
commercial.
good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. So, all right, Rob, you
You're
got
so
any closing thoughts?
Yeah. So something we learned today is, I learned today High socks are back in. I didn't know that. Apparently, I only eat locally sourced honey. I only eat honey from happy bees. I didn't know bees could be given massages, but apparently they do. And then apparently one time I dressed like a bee. I don't know. I don't remember it. But one time in the 90s, I did not enjoy it. Today's vocabulary is accoutrement, also said accoutrement.
Accoutrement.
Okay, yeah. The definition for that is additional items of dress or equipment or other items carried or worn by a person or used for a particular activity.
There you go.
The other word was interpolation.
Mm-hmm.
The definition is the insertion of something of a different nature into something else.
Okay.
There you
go.
Apologies or corrections. I just said we apologize for our misunderstanding of who Bill Paxton and Bill Pullman were.
We should.
I even had to Google because I couldn't remember which one was which. Music artist you should check out is Therapy with a question mark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
good one.
And then this week's challenge is what would be on your summer playlist. Email that to us. And then the whole was the CD better with my additions or did Dave's mix
Did
rock
already hit the home run
right out of the gate?
That's
Yeah,
right.
So there you go. So let us know.
We'll see how that poll turns out.
There you go. Yeah.
You don't win a lot of those, so this might be your chance.
Yeah,
I think
I fully
this is your best
I
chance.
fully expect that I will not win this.
I think
poll.
people will agree with
no.
it that come out and play, and a couple of those others were a little.
I think
Interesting.
they'll make arguments for why they
All
should
right.
belong on there.
I think it's going to go different than you think it is.
No, we'll see.
So I think some of those songs, as you said, were too aggressive for summer grooves. Now you pointed out perfectly, summer jams. Some of those would have fit in much
But you
better.
said frat guy at the beach.
Frat guy at the beach,
That's if that's what you're going for, then
pounding Coors Light,
Natty Ice,
doing cannonballs into the ocean. All that good stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Playing flag football or touch football on the beach. It's all that stuff.
I never did that.
I did that when I was in Florida.
Yeah.
I lived it for a little while because the beach was right next to the base. And on Saturdays, everybody just went to the beach.
So you got to do the actual Florida beach.
Yes.
We always had the Oregon coast. You're not doing that.
It's not quite the same beach.
It's windy and cold.
We still made it work at Seaside.
You're not running
Just
around
put a
with no
jacket
shirt.
on. You're okay. You're on the beach. Nothing like wearing a jacket at the beach. It's perfect. It's like wearing a jacket on Halloween. So, all right. This week, we had a killer mix of ska, punk, hip hop, and alt rock to get you through the fun times of summer. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of this week's episode as we went through an actual burn CD that I made from the late 90s called Summer Grooves. Which is available on Time Life, apparently. If you like today's musical choices, we have included playlists from Apple, Spotify, and Amazon in the show notes. Download this playlist for your next barbecue, car, or plane trip, or just hanging out so that your summer will be complete. All right. We've just entered June, so this is a perfect time to have this out and listening to it. Crank it up at the beach. Someone will come over to your towel.
Roasting some.
Is that Summer Grooves? And you will say, yes, it is.
Why, yes.
Well, yes, it is Summer Grooves. It'll catch on like that Grey Poupon commercial. Pardon me, is that Summer Grooves?
Why, yes, it is.
How did you know? Oh, I can tell. Do you have 12 songs from Sublime on there? We do. All right. That's how we know. It's that. And the 2 Jim Blossom songs nobody else wanted to listen to? We got those. We've got those as well.
Such an odd mix.
Such an odd mix. So. All right. Finally, a big shout out to you, our awesome listeners. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you're a longtime subscriber, we can't thank you enough for hanging out with us this week. Hopefully, as usual, we brought you an hour or so of some laughs and memories and grooves. And don't forget to listen to all new episodes of Totally 80s and 90s Recall every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
That is right.
What are we doing next Tuesday?
Ooh, big undertaking. We are having a couple guests on the show.
Ooh.
We haven't had a guest in a while.
We haven't had a guest in a long time.
Yeah. We tend to keep ourselves exclusive.
We did one.
We've done a few.
Twice?
We've done a couple.
I don't know.
Bad Movies Rule came on.
Oh, that's right.
We had the PCY guys on.
We did.
We've had Aubrey on, our wives on.
Oh, that's
So we've
true.
had a few.
Okay, all right.
But we're diving into something. So, not to go
We had
too
the
far
Smoking
into
Sounds
it. but-
guys on.
Yep, he was on too
He
for the
was
4th
on,
of July
That's
episode.
right, he was.
So we're going to be talking 1980s action movies next week, and we'll lay out the whole how it's going to go. So make sure you tune in because we're going to be discussing multiple 80s action movies
Those will be good.
with a couple of guests.
That'll be fun.
We'll let them be surprises at this point. We don't want to spoil the surprise. It's a surprise.
We're not gonna, why don't say it like that?
Do it with your eyes real big. It's a surprise. You're never going to see it coming. All right, Rob, you got anything else?
I got another note.
Fancy Goodbye.
No fancy goodbye. Oh, there it is.
A song that maybe should have been on, right?
That would have been a better flow. But yeah.
When you take a sip, you buzz like a hornet. Billy Shakespeare wrote a whole bunch of sonnets.
Billy
Sonnet.
Shakespeare.
Sonnet. Hornet and sonnet.
He said Billy Shakespeare.
He rhymed hornet and sonnet. Those are
Is that as good as Riot and What I Got?
Oh, what in the world? I've never listened to the lyrics. There it is.
Kids on the block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick, and I think it's right when girls stop by for the summer.